Going live. Welcome to tonight's live stream, Advocates for Justice Paralegal School. We have the tools and you do the work. Guys, before you guys leave a comment, please go to the link that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen and grant StreamYard permission to see your name if you're coming from Facebook. Otherwise, you're going to show as Facebook user, and I won't know the name of who I'm communicating with. Welcome to the show tonight. We got some really cool stuff to talk about. I think we're going to just get rolling here. So tonight's live stream, we're going to talk about the federal eviction moratorium that expires today. It expires right now. It's expiring. Yeah. And we're going to introduce you. The first thing we're going to do is introduce you to the new 42 USC section 1983 civil rights lawsuit package that's hot off the press. Yep. And I mean, it's hot off the press. And it came out really super nice. Now I'm going to be keeping close contact with people, to see how they respond to this, because I need to know. I just kind of made a decision off the cuff about what I wanted to put in this package, but we're going to be changing it depending on how it's responding to it, if they can respond. So that's how we're going to roll on that. Good evening, Neville. How are you? We are here and ready to go. So I hope you're ready too, because we're about to rock and roll. So this new lawsuit package, 42 USC section 1983 civil rights violation, is been structured for foreclosure defense. Now, it's structured for everything else, but you guys it can be very easily transformed or personalized into whatever you need it for. Hey, Jerry. Welcome, Gerald and Troy. What's up? Glad to have you guys on board tonight. And I hope I'm bringing some fire value to the table for you. So let's get rolling. We're going to try and keep this a little bit shorter tonight than we usually do. So we're just going to roll right along here. We're also going to cover the end to the eviction moratorium and what you can do to block the eviction process. So I was reading an article today, and it was about the federal eviction moratorium and how Biden and them fools couldn't come together on to whatever. Yeah. So it's set to expire today, right now. It should be expired because we only got a couple more hours left in today. Anyway, I was reading the article and it kind of jumped out at me because it said, that the eviction moratorium placed in September is set to expire Saturday, 7/31, as people wait for emergency rental aid and government has failed to deliver. The wait part is what got me. People wait. Like, whoa, man, those people waiting could not be in my program because we ain't waiting. And we're going to show you what we got for that later. I actually talked about this a few weeks ago, but I put it together because I knew we're going to be facing this. And I actually tried to market it to people facing eviction on Google AdWords. And man, all the people that called me, they were so emotionally stretched out. All they wanted to talk about was the eviction and the landlord, and nobody wanted to talk about how to block the court process. That's what we're doing here. We're learning how to block the court process and shove it back in their face. I like to say up someplace, but if I say too much stuff, they don't put my ads on here. Speaking of which, I need you guys to click on those ads on YouTube. I used to ask you to subscribe and click the ring the bell and all that. Right now, I don't care about that. I just need you to click on that so YouTube will pay me. I make money from the ads. When I make money from the ads that are hosted on my site, I will be able to lower my prices. And when I get to that sweet range of $20,000, $30,000 a month or more or less, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lower my prices. I want to make sure that everybody facing this illegal crap have an opportunity to fight, whether they can pay the $400 or not. So if I lower it down lower, then that'll make it even sweeter. But slow down. It's not going any lower right now. Actually, we lowered it from $500 to $400 here a month or 2 months ago when I started the new website, and it's working pretty well. My people are going to allow me to leave it there. So hopefully that's going to allow more people to get in and fight. So, yeah, we always bring fire on Saturday night because we don't play. And I really enjoy my job. So I like hearing the stories of what you guys are doing to these attorneys with the fire that you're learning up in the house. Welcome, BX Trust. We about to get down tonight. So the folks sitting around waiting, man, what the hell? We have a better idea on how to take control of the eviction process than sitting around waiting, and we'll get to that after a while. As soon as you guys click that ad, okay? Okay, sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little rundown of the $20 million claim under 42 USC section 1983 for action for deprivation of civil rights. Now, the way we're using this into foreclosures, think about it. Okay, you're in administrative court, you're in an administrative hearing. It's not a judicial court or judge. You're being denied your due process. And I'm just going to throw a couple of these out on the table, then I get sidetracked and I get back on there. You're being denied the due process. And here's one of the most important things that's the problem is the foreclosure statute does not have 3 elements necessary to be a valid law. Therefore, it's unconstitutional. So foreclosure statute is unconstitutional. So the foreclosure is unconstitutional. I think that's the way it goes, right? Somebody needs to check. I think that's the way it's supposed to go. And there's a whole bunch of other things that we got listed up in there that's going to be a problem for them. But so doing things this way allows you to address what they're doing to you better than suing them in the lawsuit package or whatever. And you would be using all of the stuff that they denied, ignored, shoved back in your face from state court. Basically, all you really need is a copy of that jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit that they ignored, because I can tell you right now, they can't respond by counter affidavit because everything they're doing is a lie. So that right there is going to be what you set yourself up for. Hey, lady told me, well, I don't have time to file that. Dude, you need to do the steps in the way that we have them set up to put yourself in the right place later. I don't have time to explain to everybody all of the little things, but if you follow the steps, you'll put yourself in the right position that you need to be in when it comes time to figure out who's running the show. Okay. Oh, wait, let me change that. When it's time to figure out who the driver of the bus is. Okay, that's how we roll with that. So I structured this version to fit the foreclosure defense, but it can very easily be structured to fit any situation that you have. Traffic tickets, prosecutor coming after you, federal prosecutor coming after you. You can use this civil rights lawsuit as an answer. Yep, I would do it all day long. Use it as an answer to their whatever the crap they're trying to stick in your face. So we're just going to leave it that so the door is wide open on everything, because that's how we roll. Now, this package is very comprehensive and it can be easily converted into any situation, pretty much. And this could be the most powerful foreclosure defense program ever devised. Okay, and you know, I'm just going to go there because I don't see anybody else coming up with anything other than the conventional crap where you go sit and wait. That's what it is. It's all about sitting and waiting. And that's when you're using their conventional program that's designed for you to go sit and wait while they hang a little bait in front of your face and tell you, oh, we're going to do a loan modification and we're going to help you with this and we're going to help you with that. And then in the end, you find out they weren't going to help you with crap in the first place. And most people don't realize that if they were going to help you, they would not have foreclosed on you. Okay. I play football and box, so I'm not rocket science. I have to keep things simple. If they really wanted to help you, they would not have foreclosed on you. Foreclosed on you, jam you up, tell you they're going to sell your house, all of this. Oh, okay, well, we're going to let you stay today. We decided to let you stay. Okay, no, they want your stuff. Okay, and if you ain't figured that out yet, I feel bad for you, and you don't need to be in this program. So the foreclosure statute is now not a valid law in violation of the state and federal constitution. The flaws in the state court foreclosure rob the court's jurisdiction. Okay. So the mortgage scheme is fraud, and here's why. And this is what I stick in the attorneys' faces on Facebook and on the internet when they try to attack me for doing what I'm doing and say I don't know what the hell I'm talking about and that I'm practicing law without a license and all of that crap that they try to stick in my face. Yeah. So what I tell them is the mortgage scheme is fraud, and here's why. If several owners of property, if there were several people that own property together, all of them would need to be present to sign the mortgage lien against the property, right? Yep. So the fact that the lender accepted your signature on the mortgage lien proves that you owned it. How much time do you need? Yeah. So keep it simple. When you keep it simple, there's no arguing. We already know that once the arguing starts, their buddy judge gets to help them. So we already know how that works out. Right. So we ain't trying to have the arguing. There ain't no arguing on that. If you didn't own the property already, they would not have accepted you. You would need to have somebody else come and sign with you. Now, this new strategy will allow you to sue the judge, the court, before the judge helps the attorneys. Just dragging you into their court without an injured party, without the original court, without none of that stuff. The court don't have jurisdiction. Just when they fail to respond to your jurisdiction challenge an affidavit, bam, that's it. It's a wrap. So you can sue the judge at any time. I have one of the packages, the eviction stopper package, sues the judge at the gate for unrelated stuff that don't have anything to do with the eviction. It only has to do with challenging the judge's legal standing, because the judge is not legal and violates several federal laws. Yeah, but not everybody want to bring that stuff to the table. We got no problem with that. So new breakthrough in foreclosure defense is breathtaking. And it's for the people who have the courage to step up to the plate and give it a shot. It's not for them folks that are waiting around to see how many wins. Okay, it's not for them. And I'll tell you right now, when people ask me that, the first thing I think is my stuff would win hands down every time, if not for the fraud. So the fraud, the attorney's BS, the bar members crap, that's what makes the difference in whether or not it wins or not. How much of that you believe. Basically, when it comes right down to it, how much of that crap you believe. What it comes down to. And you'd be surprised at how many people run around trying to do all of those things and follow all of their rules that they stick in everybody's face, and they're not following any of them. Nope, they're not following any of them. So the way this is structured, you can file your jurisdictional challenge to reopen or get control of the state foreclosure or eviction process. And then you can file your lawsuit against the judge or the court, whoever, and then you can recuse the judge. And then once you recuse the judge, file your lawsuit and recuse the judge, then you know, I don't know how you say, dare another judge to step up to the plate. Yeah. Advocates for justice, paralegal service. We don't play. And any new judge steps up to the plate, you can do the same thing to them. I mean, there's no rule that says you can only jam out one judge. Yeah, I love my job. So you will also be attacking them for violating Administrative Procedures Act of 1946. Also for not being a registered foreign agent, which is also another federal law that they're violating. And these federal acts was passed by Congress to protect the people, but they left it in administrative court. So administrative court is corporate court, and it does not grant punitive or compensatory damages when you're going after them. So if you want to go after them for violating the Administrative Procedures Act, there's no way you can, because oh wait, there is. You can sue them for it in your lawsuit. Yep, that's what we're doing. We're kind of paving our own way across the yard. Yeah, paving across the yard. So that's what we're doing. We're suing them for violating those federal acts, because those are, in my opinion, civil rights violations. And I know they're going to be like, well, there's no elements. Oh, yeah, here's the elements right here that you're screwing me. That's the element, the only element that we need. Yeah. So the way we're doing things is a little bit different up in here. But here's the thing. People sit around waiting to see how many wins. Well, nobody's winning nothing in the conventional program. We're having pretty good luck over here, though. And their system does not have a section for when they're violating the federal laws. They don't have nothing for that. They left that out. Oh, dang. How could they forget about jamming themselves up when they're being, yeah. So we won't spend too much time on that. So we're going to do a screen share and take a look at the new civil rights. And well, I'm just going to show you guys the front page so you can see what it looks like. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. So let me do a screen share here. And I'm going to show you what it looks like in there. But before we do the screen share, I want to go ahead and give you guys the link to the package. Hey, James, do not get on my bad side. What's that got to do with okay. Welcome tonight, bub. I don't have a bad side. Yeah, I don't. They're all good. So there's a link to the offer in Sam's cart. And I'm going to show you guys the offer first, and then we'll pull up the package. soon as I do a screen share here. Okay. This is the offer, and as you can see here, I'm still setting this up, but I do have it set up. The zip file is set up for the checkout, so anybody interested in it can go ahead and check out. I lowered the price a little bit on it, and you can see I'm still putting some things in there. We're talking about it. And I made the video today. We're going to put the video in and we're going to change all of these things. Then we're going to put the instructional video here so people can see the instructional video before they have to make a decision on whether or not they want to invest in this package. And then these are some of my older reviews that you can copy and paste in the software so that you can go to Google reviews. You can find my Google review page, and you can take a look at the reviews there. I have a bunch of newer reviews that are more recent than these. And then this is what the checkout looks like. So I marked this down. I had it at 7 and something, so I marked it down to 600, just like the property tax package. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it for a little while. So you guys can see that's looking real nice. It came out real good. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So this is what the package looks like when you open up the zip file. It looks like there's just one document in there, and then you double click on it. Now, one of the most important things that you guys need to remember when you invest in my packages and you get all this stuff downloaded onto your computer in a zip file, when you open these to work on them, you should open them, copy them, and paste them into a new Word, and then close that up back into the zip file. And that way you can always save that zip file clean and have it in, well, it's always going to be saved and be clean anyway. What's going to happen if you don't do this is you'll spend hours making changes, and when you save them back in the zip file, it's going to delete all your changes. So that's why it's important to copy and paste it into a new Word and personalize the new Word document, and then you save that on your computer in a file with the name of whatever it is you're doing, so that you can have all your stuff in one place. That's the easiest way to do it for me. So we're going to So what I've done here, I've added the United States affidavit of state citizenship to this package free of charge. And I'm also, excuse me, thinking about adding the new lawsuit that we're filing against the judge here, in case anybody using this has already had a judgment against them. Then they can sue the judge that made the judgment against them, and then they can file your 42 USC. So this is a premium package, and I'm going to put it together to try to cover all of the bases, all of the ends. We're going to cover all the ends with this. So you guys have seen the affidavit of state citizenship. So it's pretty self-explanatory. And the value in this document is when you can verify your state citizenship, you're no longer liable for the corporate court no longer has jurisdiction over you without an injured party, and that's why this is so important. Now, most of the time, this is done by completing the passport process, but with COVID and all this stuff, and some people can't afford to pay and all, by the time you are going to need to verify this stuff. So I structured this document to help out with that. Thank you, Kerry Jackson. This is going to make a huge difference in a lot of people's situation. Now, we're going to go through these backwards because I have them listed this way, and this is the way I have them written out in the thing. So I structured this restraining order injunction to be used after you. Now, I would not file a restraining order the same day. If it was me, I would file the lawsuit, serve everybody, do all of that, and then worry about the restraining order. Because you don't have to serve them the restraining order. You just have to mail it to them and stick in their face. But I found that the less stuff you stick in their face, the less chance they're going to be giving you a hard time about it. So get your lawsuit filed and jump through those hoops or whatever you have to do to get that done. And then after the people are served and all the parties are served and all that, then I would bring in the restraining order. Everybody shows up with 14 things to file at one time because they're all worried about the sale. And I posted a new video. There's more important stuff to worry about the sale. The more important stuff is worrying about having a strategy to block the eviction process. Okay, that's more important than the sale. So this comes with the restraining order and the lawsuit. Those are the two things. And now there's a couple of extra things in there. I'm not sure if you'll need those or not. And by using our 800 members in our private Facebook page, our study group, I would be able to to ascertain from the real-time feedback what these attorneys are trying to do to escape the liability on this puppy. And then if I need to structure whatever I need to structure, you know me, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So we'll be adding to whatever we need to add to make sure this is punching some people in the face. And like I said, this is structured right now for foreclosure defense, but it could be very easily be changed over. Now, this PDF I used to structure the documents in the online course, and this PDF is the bomb. Now, you need to remember in this PDF, the guy talks about going after the bankers and all this stuff. Well, we ain't messing with the bankers, okay? Because the bankers are not the problem. Well, they're part of the problem. When you get to the foreclosure and the eviction, they're not the problem, okay? The problem is the person who actually signed to start all of this mess and the foreclosure, and that's going to be the attorneys, in case anyone hasn't figured that out yet. So when you're reading this, just go past the guy because he does not like the bankers. And you need to pick from this information that you can use in your documents. Okay, because that's what this is about. This program here is not about calling me, asking me what the hell to do every time you get something from the court. This program is about understanding the strategies and figuring out how to use them and stick some stuff in their face. That's what the program's about. And I always tell people, don't even call me the same day you get stuff from court, because people get stuff from court, man, and they have to breathe in a paper bag. I'm like, go breathe in a paper bag. I already told them they're going to dismiss your stuff. I already told them in an instructional video what you need to do when they dismiss your stuff, because they're going to help. They have to help the attorneys. And then people call me anyway, all freaked out, like they didn't know the stuff was going to get dismissed. I'm just like, so what do I do next? What does the instructional video say? And some people get mad at me when I bring that up, and then I remind them that had they went to the instructional video, they would not be on the phone with me right now or messaging me right now about to have me send them a bag to breathe in. So now this document is really cool. If it's going to open up. And I added it just for fun because I like, I always tell you guys, you invest in my stuff, I'm going to show you how to have some fun. This document here, demand and strike attorney's notice of appearance from the record because the corporation cannot represent itself. And a corporate attorney is also a foreign agent. You can add that here, demand and strike, because the attorney is a foreign agent. And a foreign agent cannot file stuff in state court. A foreign agent, it would be if you can't sue someone in a different state in state court. You have to go through federal court for the court to have jurisdiction. And that's a huge thing. And that could be added to this. You can move to strike the attorney's notice of appearance. Like, say, the attorney that they hired, you don't want to just let him come and smack you in the face and take some shots at their butt. Yeah, that's how we do it here. You want to make the attorneys go sit the hell down, okay? Because they're lazy as hell, and they're used to just having to get in a pass because no one challenges them. Yeah, so, well, until now. So you want to use this to jam up any attorneys they get or any attorneys in your face and have some fun. And, okay, we're just going to go ahead and go here. Last but not least, this is the front page everybody wants to see. The front page of the fire. Here we go. Now we're talking business. So you can see here, we're going after them, and you can change this. That should be in red. You can change that. And they're, violation of our civil rights. We're also going after the Tuckers Act. They're also in violation of the Tuckers Act. Now, the Tuckers Act is a federal law that strips the government or corporations of holds them accountable, strips them of their immunity that they want to try and say they have for civil rights violations and a couple of other things, but civil rights violation was the main one. So under the Tuckers Act, they have no immunity. So we just put that right in here because I don't like to save nothing for later. I like to put it all on the table right now and make them have to figure out if they want to play. And then we're going after them for violation of administrative procedures after 1946. Now, when you go after them for violation of Administrative Procedures Act, one of the things that I would claim for damages is their corporate charter. If you control their corporate charter, then you should have a seat on the board of directors where you get to help them make decisions on how they're going to roll, and you can make sure that this is not happening to other people. Mm-hmm. You can sue them for their corporate charter and then force them to have you with active seat on the board of directors. Yeah. Sounds kind of crazy, don't it? Why not? One of the things that we have to do is we have to learn how to stop being a stinking defendant. Okay? You don't have to be a defendant, even if they got your name on the defendant section. Because you come in with your counterclaim for $20 million under you can file this as a counterclaim right in their stinking action where you don't have to pay the filing fee. Now, I like to pay the filing fee and file it as my action and make them come and answer to me. But if you're struggling, it's still an option to file it as a counterclaim in their action, yes, sir, you can do it all day long. Now, this document's, I don't know, 17 pages long, I think. And one of the things that we're doing here different is we're bringing our claim under common law, administrative law, law of equity, and under the Uniform Commercial Code. So the statutory crap is BS. And the reason we're going after them for the Administrative Procedures Act and administrative issues and suing them for that is because there's no remedy for that in the administrative side of things, because they don't have it set up to where the court's held, anybody's held accountable for anything. So we're kind of making our own little program here. And then I added, just for fun, the notice of default, because I'm pretty sure they're not going to be able to answer to this package. So the notice of default there. So in that package, you're going to get the affidavit of state citizenship free. You're going to get the restraining order that I structured to help you get back in your house and or block the thieves from possessing it until the title dispute's settled. And the restraining order you would use to also, and it's mentioned in the document, to vacate any judgments or orders handed down by the lower court, by state court. And you're getting the banker's secret free of charge, the demand to strike the notice of appearance, and the law. So you're going to get all of that stuff. And we already know that they're not going to be able to respond to it. And when they see you're jamming them up for their corporate charter, dude, when you're coming up with your damages, be creative. You can sue them for their stinking bar license to practice an authorized law. Yeah. Now, I mentioned earlier that I'm going to use real-time feedback from team members in our Facebook study group to determine what, if any, changes or additions need to be made to the package. So, and this package can be used if you dragged into their court without an injured party, if you got traffic misdemeanors or misdemeanor charges without an injured party, anytime that you have a criminal case where the government's the plaintiff, prosecutors coming after you, yeah. And this is very, very versatile package. And I posted the link. I'm going to post the link here again for anybody that's new here. And then we're going to move on to the next order of business real quick. So blocking the eviction process. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I already made several videos and we talked about it. The biggest mistake that most homeowners make is in their foreclosure defense game plan is not having a strategy to block the eviction process. Everybody's worried about stopping the sale and all of that crap. The sale doesn't matter. They can have the sale today and you file your stuff tomorrow, you file your title dispute to jam the sale all up. But if you don't have a strategy to block the eviction process, once you jam up the sale, they're going to stall. And anything that you file after that, they're going to throw in a basket and leave on the freaking desk until they get your butt evicted. That's how they do it. Now, the people need to remember the eviction court can only make a ruling on immediate possession and not a title dispute. So most people go in that court arguing their title dispute or whatever, which is the same argument you had in the other court, and the judge tell you they don't want to hear it and throw you out the door. Yeah. But what they should be doing is moving it over to a court that has jurisdiction here, title dispute, but they ain't trying to do that because they're trying to steal your stuff. And they're not trying to do anything the way they're supposed to, because they wouldn't be able to steal your stuff if they did. They did that. So the eviction process is a fraudulent scheme to get you off of their property. And I say their property because they already have control of your property deed. Remember, we talked about that, how they illegally get control of your property deed. So they have control of your property deed. They're using your property deed for collateral for debts and loans against the federal government. Yeah. And so now they need to get you out of their property. So the best, if you're facing the eviction process, you have two options. You can get your title dispute filed in federal court, or use this second option, which I would do first, is use the eviction stopper lawsuit package and file that lawsuit against the judge, and then file your lawsuit in federal court against the judge and all the players involved, whoever it is trying to steal your property. If you don't have your title dispute on the record, when you get into eviction court, you're going to be in trouble. And you're going to leave out there with 10 days to vacate the property. And anything you file after that will be tossed in that basket on the desk that I was just talking about. And it'll be tossed there because of coronavirus and because of short staff and because of all of these excuses, while they throw your butt out of your property. So that's how they do that. So this lawsuit package is special, and I'm offering it to you cheap as my way of helping folks. And so I'm talking about the eviction stopper lawsuit package now. I think I have it down to $150 or $130 or something. I have it really cheap. And anybody facing foreclosure who don't have enough to buy the whole package, the $400 package, can invest in that package and get some serious damage done if you do your homework. Your goal is to jam up the eviction case, not to win in court, not to prove anything or disprove anything the landlord said. Your goal is to jam up the court. That's the goal. Remember, when you sue the judge, everything's going to have to stop. They don't have people doing that. Okay. So when you sue the judge, everything's going to stop. You're going to jam the judge up, recuse the judge, do all those things to the judge. Yeah, I love my job. And then kick the judge to the curb when you recuse him. Now, another judge is going to have to step in. So the whole time this is jammed up, and the whole time they're dealing with your butt being a pain in their butt, other people are getting a pass because they don't have time to go and mess with them. They have so many people that are going to be just jumping off the cliff and packing up and moving out. They're not going to have time to get those people if you're clogging up their court system. So you don't have to win. You just have to make them go sit the hell down. And that's what we learn how to do right here. Hey, Mr. Patriot Lover from Flint, Michigan. Welcome to the show tonight, buddy. Hey, TC. You just have to make them go sit down. That's what I tell you. You don't have to win. You have to make them go sit the hell down and get out your face. That's how we do that. They have to go sit down and get out your face. Yeah, that's my new black language. All right. So you will file the federal lawsuit against the eviction judge, attorney for unrelated crimes, and challenging the judge's legal standing. And that's going to be a problem, because if you're challenging the judge's legal standing and it's looking bad for the judge, then other people are going to be called in to play the judge's prior rulings. So everybody's going to be yelling foul play. Judge is going to have a problem. See, it's not about winning or doing their conventional stuff. It's about sticking their stuff back up in their face and making them go sit the hell down. Now, this program could be the most important eviction defense breakthrough ever discovered. And you think about it. So most people go in the eviction court trying to fight the landlord. No, most people don't realize you can jam. What happens if you jam up the judge? What happens if you jam up the attorney? If you remove those players, then the game can't go on for them. So our goal is not to convince the eviction judge to rule in our favor or none of that. You want to reopen the case with a jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit, or use it in the case and force the judge to ignore it or bypass it so you can recuse the judge and then sue the judge for violating your rights. And then when you sue the judge for violating your rights, the really cool thing about it is now you're going to turn this whole situation into them violating your rights. And now you'll be able to use all of the stuff that you filed in state court that they ignored and told you that you were stupid. Yeah, you'll be able to use all that as evidence in your federal lawsuit to show what was going on over there. The attorneys can't respond by counter affidavit. And you're going to be suing the eviction judge for unrelated issues that will challenge the judge's legal standing. And that package is right here. I have it on the website, cheap, because I can. And I like it. So there you go, guys, with that. So we're going to wrap it up tonight. That's about all the value that I have. Never says yes, very sticky. Yeah, they're not going to know how to roll with this. Very sticky. So we'll be back next Tuesday. Well, this Tuesday I'm going to post a few videos. My YouTube channel is doing pretty well now, and they give me a little bit of money. It's more than anybody thought I would make. So we want to step up and start getting some more videos posted. Thank you, Nella. And so we're going to be posting 3 or 4 videos on Tuesday. I'm going to try to make Tuesday the post day and Saturday the stream day. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys allowing me the privilege of sharing your time. And I'm hoping that you guys will get them packages and get rolling so we can start having some fun. Why do you need my number, Bill? You can message me. I don't really talk to people. Most people want to talk about stuff that we don't even use in my packages. So, so you can message me. That's the best thing. My phone is ringing pretty steady from people calling in, trying to figure out what packages they need. Hey, Gerald. So good night, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to click on them ads right before you go get something to drink. And bring me a beer, please. Okay, never mind. I don't drink beer. I drink wine sometime when I'm not choking on my live stream like I did that one night. See you guys in the next video.